Tony. How are you doing?
Doing good, thanks very much for having me here.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've been here in Pori, but it's great to be back here.
Just 10 years.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it was this festival.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, good. So yeah, exactly.
You were supposed to come here during the pandemic, but
right.
before knowing the pandemic situation.
Yes, okay.
And then three gigs were. Yeah.
Unfortunate, but
yeah,
it's
but
in the past.
now it's over. Now it's over. So you just came back from Germany. You played yesterday in Wacken.
Yeah.
So how was that?
It was fantastic. It's always fantastic. I'm not sure how many times we've been there, but the first time was 23 years ago. This was like maybe 6th or 7th time that we played there, and it's always great. It's been getting bigger and bigger and more well organized, everything there. So it's a really fantastic experience to go there.
I can figure. I have never been there yet, but it's the festival.
Yeah.
So it's a place to be. So talking about your last album, Clear Call Behind, that was released. Sorry. That was released last March. So what can you tell about its genesis and lyrics?
Well, stylistically, it's our return back to the early Sonata Arctica style power metal, like 3 first albums. Think about those and you're on the map. And lyrically, it's pretty much normal Sonata Arctica type album with a lot of love songs and like touching the current themes in the world, war and such. I don't know what to say about it more. A little bit of fantasy, something blue.
Yeah. I remember that 10 years ago when we chat about your writing process and where did you get the inspiration, you told me that it was from life in general. You see news.
That has not changed,
Yeah. So, do you think that also the pandemic situation did affect your writing?
Not necessarily, no. What it did, it was give me a chance to rest, because my life has been for 20 and more years, like writing the songs, going in the studio, handling all that stuff, doing the promotion, going on tour, and repeat.
Yeah.
And then for some years already before the pandemic started, I had been sort of hoping to get a little breather, like a healthy year or more off from anything to do with Sonata Arctica. In hindsight, I should be maybe a little bit careful what I ask for. It seems like one way or another I get what I want, but it was very good. And going back to the lyrics still, actually, this was a little bit different lyric writing process this time, because we were on tour in Latin America, and I wrote just about all the lyrics, almost all the lyrics there on the day off, and then waiting for the show and everything, sitting on a pool there, sunshine with a drink and so it definitely affected. So there are songs that are more positive and sunshiny, kind of happier, but still there's no escaping the gloominess of Sonata Arctica lyrically. So.
Yeah. And a lot of fans were happy about that, came back to the roots of Sonata Arctica with the sound, because you have experiment in the years, and I really love all your work, so I cannot complain about anything, but I know that there were some fans that in the past complained.
Yeah, of course.
And now they were surprised that it was power.
Yeah, exactly, and that was maybe a little foreign for some of the fans that have found Sonata Arctica later. Yeah, because what is this? Well, of course, obviously, if they have really liked the band, they have also searched the earlier material and know what it's like, and so maybe they like it and maybe they don't, but definitely this album was us giving something to those fans who've been crying for us to go back to power metal for ages, and now we are there.
Yeah.
And it was fun and very nice to see the positive reactions we got from fans immediately after the first single release and the album coming out and everything. So it's been fantastic to see that people actually are there, and it's not just like a couple of fans making a lot of racket about us going back to Carmel. So yeah.
How do you feel about your music, about the changing that you had in your music? Do you feel that was everything natural for the whole band, or?
Well, when it comes to the art and the songs, it's just you can always blame me about everything. Basically, these are my songs and my vision of the songs and all the adventures. It's me searching myself and the way of doing things and also going back. Although there were a lot of contributing factors to the fact that we went back to Carmel, like getting the acoustic albums out of the way, which been like a weight on the shoulder for a while and something we wanted to do and touring with it, and so that gave us the will to go and do something totally different for a change and also the 20th anniversary shows that we played. And on those set lists, we had a lot of power metal songs, the earlier stuff there, and it was fun seeing and great seeing the fans reacting to those. And it's like, oh, geez, this is what we want to do, and we should maybe release an album with songs that would swim into this kind of set list as well. So it was great. And one thing, definitely, that I've had huge problems with my vocals for some years. And all you singers there, tongue tension was my problem, and I just started stretching it and relaxing it and found a way to find my voice again, which was really important. It was terrible singing when you felt like you can empty your lungs within a second. So it's very difficult to sing the high notes and everything. And it's still a healing process. It's never-ending battle for me, probably with age and everything. But I'm getting to it, and definitely being able to even record this album was a healthy sign.
Yeah. How do you take care of your voice?
Try to rest as much as possible, and then drink water, and stay away from liquor. It's never good really for you. And I drink too much coffee and eat too much candy. Of the bad habits, and then of course sports, any kind of sports, taking care of yourself.
Do you do any particular exercises for your vocal cords?
There are some warm up things and then range extension things and something normal practice runs and such things that you do to sort of keep yourself healthy, especially when you're not touring. It's not outside of warming up. It's not really necessary to do those practice things when you're on the road, because you sing so much anyways, and just prioritize the rest at that point.
And getting back to the acoustic album, because I remember 10 years ago when we did the interview, again repeating myself, you told that you had this dream to do some acoustic gigs, and then it happened, the acoustic tour and the album. So how do you feel now after those?
Well, nothing went the way we planned, because we were supposed to record the albums, or the album. It was originally meant to be just one acoustic album. We meant to record it in Los Angeles, but that sort of fell through early on already, and which was a good thing because of the pandemic started. So it would have been a bad thing anyways, and then the release dates, they were postponed again and again and again. And I love the way the albums turned out, and I'm very happy that we managed to make 2 of those albums and release them separately, because it gave something for the span of the pandemic as well. We have stayed sort of current. We had something to put out during the big silence, and then of course finally being able to go on tour with those acoustic songs and albums, and it was a fantastic tour. I loved it, but basically being 10 weeks on the road in one row, more or less, it was enough of the acoustic stuff for a while. But it's very nice to have that side of Sonata Arctica in our back pocket for the future, if need be, and we need a filler tour or whatever, get a chance to go and play some kind of different kind of festival. So then we can actually do that and pull it off.
singer and songwriter, there is any of those acoustic songs that hits you in a different way compared to the original?
We actually rearranged all the songs almost. There are some songs that didn't really need to be rearranged, like Chalula, for example. It's pretty much the way it is, but there are a lot of songs that have too many solos and such things, and which are pretty much impossible to reproduce with acoustic instruments. So we took that, thought that these songs have to work with acoustic instruments and take off a lot of things, and if necessary write some new parts and bits, new solo bits and everything, and just tear the songs apart, take what is very much essential there, and then just write the acoustic elements around that. So we did a lot of work, and we actually have a lot of leftover arrangements and material for the future if need be. Would be fun to go back there one day, but anyway, it was a very nice, organic, beautiful process to get those albums done. And for me as a songwriter, it was healthy to see that I have been writing sort of, all the songs that during the whole career they are the same in a way. When you strip all the extra hassle and metal elements and whatnot away from it and just have the song, the bare bones of the song, they remain intact somehow, and they still work in the music. I haven't gone in the world where the song is just a weird sound or whatever, and everything is, about that weird sound. But in the core of the songs, there is always melodies and lyrics on top of that as well. Yeah. But the melody comes first, and it seems like these songs work, no matter how you play them.
Yeah. Now you have been over 20 years doing this, so looking back to your career, what's changed and what is the same?
Well, the band members have changed. That's one thing. Me and Tommy, the drummer, we are the only original members there. But this lineup we have now, this is the longest prevailing the lineup we've had ever. It's 10 years now, so that's really nice, and I very much hope this is the final.
Yeah.
And we get to go all the way to the retirement age with this lineup. And so that's one thing. And then one thing that has changed is the recording procedure. Early on in our career, we had tape recording and everything, and computers didn't play much of a role in the whole thing. And nowadays, like I compose and record with computer, everybody does that. So that's like technology side of things has changed a lot. And then for our band, only 3 of us live within the region that we could actually go and have a jam and practice every day if we want to. But we have like one of the guys is living in Kokkola and one in Pirkkala. So those are long distances.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to just have a Friday night jam with the band, and that has changed from the early days when everybody lived in the same city. We have become national band instead of just local band. Thankfully not yet international, but well, Pasi lived abroad for a while, so that happened as well. But so every time we rehearse for the tour or album, it's a process. We need to actually book time, schedule time, and everything.
It's not easy because everyone has its own life, family, and so.
Yeah, exactly.
So there is so many things to take in account.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And talking about the cover from your last album, it's by Nico Antila.
Yep.
So how was work with him?
I didn't have very much to do with the album artwork. Tommy, drummer, I was very busy with lyrics and the other work involving the album, and I just asked Tommy that it's possible for you to handle this. I'm just like a consultant here, and I a lot of pointers what I want to have there and fixed and everything, and it turned out very well. It looks like the early Sonata Arctica stuff, which was the idea. So
I actually know this artist.
Yeah, all right. He's fantastic.
Yeah,
very nice guy too.
And I did for another project that I have interviewed, and we talk about the cover and how it was work with you. So
I hope it was easy enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It was he had a good
Yeah.
response to that.
At
So.
least he learned to draw Revontulet, the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Yeah. And today you are playing here in Porispere. How do you feel about the today gig?
Uh, Good. It's really nice. I very much hope that the forecast proves to be correct and
Yeah.
it will not rain tonight.
Yeah, it was raining before, but
Yeah,
let's
I
hope
know.
that
Yeah,
it's over.
we arrived here in Pori and it's raining. But it looks nice, promising to say
Yeah,
at least
so let's
right now.
hope.
Yeah.
And are you going to play also older songs today? Or
Quite a few new ones and then of course older ones, the classics, the old stuff that people hopefully want to hear.
yeah,
You know.
there is any songs that you play for your fans, but you are like bored about the song?
I'm sure there are songs that I would very much easily do without playing, but you know, leaving Full Moon out, for example, we have played that song, I don't know, close to 1,500 times in the show, so I could manage without, but that's just like a fleeting feeling that you have. It goes away when you are on stage and see the people going crazy and joining in and singing along and everything, so participating. So it doesn't matter. We are not playing those shows for ourselves. This is for fans, and it's very much necessary to play those songs.
Yeah.
A lot of bands have a lot of songs that they need to play, or the fans will be upset. And I suppose we have those as well.
Yeah. Actually, you had the same response as other bands. I asked this question,
Right.
and the response was, "Yeah, there is this song that we have to play, and we are not that up." But then, when on the stage and the people get crazy, then everything is a payback.
Yeah, exactly.
In a sense,
Yeah.
so it makes sense. So now you are going on tour also in Mexico, but before you have the European tour.
Yeah.
Was September,
September,
October,
yeah.
and then right away to Mexico.
Yeah.
And do you have other tour after that, or do you are going to have a break?
We have some tour plans, but they are not solid yet. I don't think they are on the website yet, so I'd rather not talk about it because it just spells disappointed people if you do that. But yeah, there will be more tours definitely, and we are playing 70,000 tons of metal next year. End of January, so that's one thing that I can tell you anyway. So.
Yeah. That's one that I was in the list of your tour. Yeah, and if there is any young musician that wants to start the career now, do you have any advice to give?
Stay true to what you are. You will live a happier life, and ultimately, always remember that music is a great hobby as well. It is a fantastic thing to have in your life, to be able to play music with other people. And when it becomes a profession, you definitely lose something. Although you gain a lot as well, and it's a most wonderful thing if you will be able to one day support yourself and your family playing the music that you love. But it's not the biggest thing in the world if that does not happen. You can find happiness otherwise and have a family and not necessarily go on the tour for 25 years or more of your life when the kids are growing and they're missing all the fantastic moments, you know. That's a thing that you might have to give up if you are in a touring band. But never give up music. Keep writing songs, and it's a dream, and never let it go.
Yeah, I think it's always important to believe in the dreams that someone has.
And stay away from artificial intelligence when it comes to writing and creating new stuff. I would personally, I love AI doing the stuff, the work stuff kind of things that are like washing my dishes and maybe cooking. Or I love cooking though, but but there are many things that I necessarily don't want to do. Those are not like my core thing of wanting what I want to do, but I want to just create my own art.
Yeah, and art should be something that comes from the heart.
Yes,
from
exactly,
the
and from human beings. And if AI starts creating your art, you are on the wrong path.
Yeah. I'm agree. And what do you think about social media? Because nowadays social media is a big part of people's life in a certain way.
I'm a little bit old school. I don't have much. I have Facebook and Instagram. The Instagram being the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Facebook, I only use that as a mirror of my Instagram. So everything I post on Instagram goes on Facebook as well.
Pretty much the same.
Yeah, I don't even have the official stamp on my Facebook. So that's one thing, and it's a nice way to communicate and as an information channel towards the fans. But there are so many downsides there as well, like fake profiles and such. And there are always people, like every week I hear someone telling that, oh, I've been talking with you for a month. No, I can tell you, you have not. I will never ask anything from anybody. Don't send me money. I am not in love with you. That's for sure. Whatnot, if you have any doubt whether or not it's me, really, then it's not. And I can tell you, it is not. Anyway, it is not. I am very closed personality in that sense that I do not allow myself to, drift in the world of getting very deep conversations with fans.
Yeah.
And not many artists do. I'm not alone in this problem world. They are with the fake accounts that look very much real.
Yeah.
And those people who are doing this, they can lure you in and warm you up for a year or more. And then finally start asking you for money or whatever, and you send them 5,000 euros because you need to get through a divorce or what fucking ever, I don't know, but it's very upsetting. And I hope that's something that can be made better in the future, and then people realize that they don't fall for such stupid traps.
Yeah, that's true.
Unfortunate thing to talk about, but it has to be the information out there.
Yeah, and I think that everybody should think twice.
Yeah, exactly.
Because no one artist come to you, ask how are you doing, and ask for money. It's it's not like this.
No.
If you don't know a person, it's it doesn't work like that.
No, it does not.
Yeah. So, but we have done with this interview. So thank you so much for your time. Would you like to say something to your fans?
Well, if you haven't heard our new album yet, go and check out Clear Cold Beyond, and see you on tour. Stay healthy, love each other and yourself.
Thank you.
See you. Bye.